It's time for Community Matters on Y101. Today's show is brought to you by these great sponsors: Appling Healthcare in Baxley, Vidalia Federal in Vidalia and Lyons, Johnson & Johnson Transport in Uvalde, and by Todd Padgett Housing Center in Claxton. Now let's talk about what's happening in our community with your host, Tony Doc Wardlaw.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome to this edition of Community Matters. I'm your host, the Doc, and we are here this morning. Even though Hurricane Ian is making its move, Scott, it's still a beautiful morning on Community Matters. And we are blessed this morning to have in the studio with us none other than the one and the only, the debonair himself, Coach James McGowan, who is the director of our rec department in Lyons, Georgia. Also, we have the new kid on the block, the man who is filling some big shoes here, none other than Ryan Brewer. Welcome to the club, Ryan.
Nice to be here.
Coach, you're going to have to really help him move along. How are things coming?
I don't think so. I think he'll fit right in. Things are going good. We've got football and soccer rolling.
Okay.
And I'm doing soccer, Ryan's doing football. So far, so good.
All right, all right. I was saying earlier when the two of you walked in, and I saw Ryan, he came in, and he's looking all overworked. I said, I'd see who's doing all the work around here.
That is correct. The young buck gets to do the most.
Is that right? It's just good to have you gentlemen in the studio with us. You know, Ryan, you've been with us now for how long?
I think it's been about 3 months now.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
And so how's it going?
It's going great. It's a lot of fun. I love being out of the rec department. I'm a sports guy myself, so coming to work every day and getting to be around a sports facility and getting to be out there, doing baseball and football now. It's a lot of fun.
You know, we had Coach on, it's been a few months ago now. A lot of people don't realize that our rec department, we have a lot of things going on for our young people. Can you tell us some of the programs that we currently have going and what we can look forward to, or how we can tell our parents to get their kids and grandkids involved?
Absolutely. So we're in the middle of football and soccer season now. That's a lot of fun. James said he has soccer, and I'm doing football. It's been fun to get back out on the football field. I played a little bit of high school football myself, so just getting back out there has been a lot of fun. We've got the disc golf tournament going, utilizing that disc golf course that's new out there.
Okay.
It's been a lot of fun. Had a good turnout. I know our first week got canceled, but second week was awesome. I got to get out there and play with the guys. But other than that, it's been getting football and soccer going up. I know we have basketball and kickball, I think, coming up later this winter, so just kind of getting ready for those.
So tell us about the disc golf. A lot of people may not be familiar with what that game is or how it works, and then also tell us whose idea it was to have it at the park.
Absolutely. So disc golf is basically just, I like to call it regular golf, just with discs. It's a little bit easier. I know the regular game of golf likes to frustrate me, so it's a little bit easier, a little bit more fun. It's kind of more friendly for all ages. So you basically just have a disc. You start at a certain point, and you try to get it into the basket. We have our 18-hole disc golf course out of the park, which is new, and that's something I know. So we actually have our director is actually Rhett Harris. He does the Real Squeal tournament out there.
Okay.
He does a really great job with it. He's super passionate about it. And we had a pretty good turnout this last week with it, and it's a lot of fun out there.
So, Coach, is this a one-man or one-woman game, or is this a team effort?
Well, you could play it either way. Either just like a golf situation.
Okay.
You can play it teams or individually. I know you mentioned about whose idea it was. It was an idea, I guess, for a while, and nobody never brought anything up. So Jason Hall's son, Caden, played at Bruton Parker. He was kind of, I guess, the driving force on getting the disc golf course done at the park.
Oh, wow.
And I think it's a great addition.
Okay. All right. All right. So disc golf, and now the course is really open to the public.
That's correct.
And what equipment do you need to play that game?
Just need your own disc.
Okay, then.
It's kind of like a frisbee.
All right.
A little bit different than a frisbee. A little heavier. It's, just like golf, you have what they say a driver, and then like a fairway wood, and then your putter. So 3 different discs. Now the other day when we had the first day of the little tournament thing we did, some of those guys had 15 or 20 discs in their little bags.
Those are the professionals.
Well, maybe so. I seen them throwing it into the woods a little bit too, though. Of course, I guess us golf folks, we do the same thing. We hit it into the woods also.
Oh boy, are there any mulligans in this one?
I guess that would have to be agreed upon before we start.
Yeah, I definitely need a mulligan or two in my pocket. And so we've got football going on. And what are we, about middle ways the season now?
We're 3 weeks in, so not quite midway, but getting close.
Is it too late for people to have their children sign up?
Yes, I would think it would be a little bit too late right now. Number one, it'd be hard getting equipment and stuff to accommodate what we need to do, both football and soccer. The times we live in now, ordering and getting stuff in when it needs to come is the hardest thing there is now.
So we don't want to, because right now when we look at our football teams in the area, Lyons and Vidalia, Robert Toombs, and I think Heritage Academy.
Heritage.
Yeah, they already have football teams. A lot of those players, they start at our rec departments.
That is correct. Either here or Vidalia. Those kids normally play rec ball at one of the facilities, and then they advance on to wherever they're going to school and become a part of their school team. So, yes, a lot of times they do get started at the local recreation departments.
And so, in fact, we've had quite a few of our players who started through our rec department who have gone on to play college and pro football.
That's right. We've been fortunate at the park with that. We've got several local talent, I guess, when you look at Vince Faison Jr. and Doug Roper, Travaris Tillman, Nick Eason. There's a number of them. And I know we've had, just at the park, we've had, I think, 9 or 10 people that has played in the park, either playing or through the Lyons tournament that we have, that has went on to play pro sports.
Okay, great. Well, before we take a break, Ryan, we want to know a little bit more about you. When people come to the rec department and see you there, you'll be the one with the baby face, right? And can you just tell us a little bit about your background, where you come from, and anything else you want the people to know about Ryan Brewer?
Absolutely. I grew up in Orlando, Florida. I was a baseball guy my whole life. My dad played some professional baseball, so I was put into it at a very, very young age. And kind of just went with it growing up. I actually played baseball at University of West Florida too, which is actually where my cousin played, won a national championship there.
Okay.
So it kind of runs in the family a little bit. And grew up in a rec department, and I kind of just have a love for sports. So just catch me around there. I'm a baseball guy, but I love kind of doing it all. So just catch me around the rec department. It's a joy always being there.
Well, it's good to have you in our community. How are you loving this Lyons and Toombs County air?
I love it. I love it. I know I got a little bit there where where I grew up, kind of like being a football town, and I absolutely love it. I adore it. Getting the small town, football stuff, the Friday night lights. I can't get enough of it.
The air does get to be a bit contagious, doesn't it?
It does.
Now, do you come by yourself, or?
So I actually came up here. My wife is the assistant softball coach over at Bruton Parker.
Wow.
Finally got to come up here and be with her. Getting to enjoy the small town and get a little bit of the sports, the sports family, keeping that going. So it's been a lot of fun since I've been up here.
All right. Well,
absolutely.
Hey, you want to plug your wife? You want to tell us her name?
Absolutely. So her name is it's Sadie Brewer now, but it was Sadie Rustica. She played 2 years at Bruton Parker. She's actually the valedictorian of the school when she graduated. This is her second year coaching for Coach Herron out there over Bruton Park for the softball team.
All right, and you get to hang out with the man himself on a daily basis. All right. Well, he's a man with a lot of wisdom. He's been around for a few years, 1 or 2.
That's right.
3 or 4 or 15, 20.
30.
Well, it's thank you, gentlemen, for all you do. We trust our children in your care, and they all grow, as you can see from our Toombs County football program. They do good things for the community, and we appreciate it. And we're just happy to have you on the show. And Ryan, welcome to Toombs County, Lyons. And we hope and pray you'll be here for a while.
Happy to be here. Hope I'm here for a while.
All right, Coach, any last words you want to say? Let's tell them the website and how to contact you.
They would go to the City of Lyons website and scroll to the bottom of the page and find anything to do with the rec department. And that's where they can find out any information they need to know about the rec department as well as the city itself.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, you've heard it right here from our director, Coach James McGowan, as well as the new kid on the block, none other than the man himself, Ryan Brewer. For those who are listening, please go out and take a look at the programs. Get our children out of the house and get them actively involved. We've got a lot of great things happening at the rec department, and these men are great men who will help them move towards their goals. So we're going to take a break, and we'll come back after this, and we'll be talking with our city manager, as well as we've got a special guest in the house, and I won't let you know who she is until we come back. So come back right after these messages. Come back to Community Matters with your host, the Doc.
Smarter, not harder. Here at Vidalia Federal, we are all about that phrase as we strive to make your life easier. No more drowning in paperwork or being interrogated over the idea of buying a house. Getting a home loan should be an enjoyable, simple process, not a daunting task. This is Julia McKenzie with Vidalia Federal Savings Bank, and I am here to make the mortgage process easy and simple. Come see me at the Vidalia branch on Jackson Street to talk about your next home purchase or refinance. I look forward to serving you. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Ooh-wee. We don't need a calendar to tell us that summer is here. Just go outside and you'll know it's getting hot, hot, hot. This is Anthony J. with Todd Patchett Housing Center, and we're inviting you to beat the heat in one of our beautiful homes from Cavalier, Clayton, Deer Valley, Live Oak, Scott Build, or Southern Energy Homes. We build all of our homes a lot more energy efficient than they would have normally come. So stop by Todd Patchett Housing Center in Claxton, Georgia, and pick out your energy savings dream home from our massive selection. Todd Patchett Housing Center, all your housing solutions under one roof.
Dorothy Davis with Southeastern Business Solutions here, specializing in website services, graphics management, and video editing. We have partnered with TCB Broadcasting to bring your sponsorship ads to life with their live on-air programs, which are recorded and archived along with your sponsorship ads as they were aired at the time of production. These programs are viewable by anyone at any time from anywhere on major social outlets like YouTube or Facebook, to include TCBBroadcasting.com's website. That's a lot more viewing potential, more than you would get than with a still banner that's only viewable by website visitors. With this kind of viewing potential, you want to make sure your ad says a lot more than a simple animated logo can say. These services are only available on TCBBroadcasting.com, and the spots are limited. So reach out to your TCB Broadcasting account executive and get yours locked in as soon as possible. You can bring your own video with you, or you can email Dorothy at southeasternbusinesssolutions.com, and you and we can put our creative minds together to come up with the perfect ad that says the perfect message and gets you the perfect attention.
Welcome back to this edition of Community Matters. I'm your host, the Doc, and we were just talking with Coach James McGowan and the new kid on the block, Mr. Ryan Brewer. So please go by our rec department and take advantage of the programs that we have there. Now, and as we move back into our
the prettier
show,
side of the show. the handsomest side of the show. Please tell me he didn't sing New Kid on the Block.
You know what, man? As you can tell, ladies and gentlemen, we have the one and the only.
Thank goodness.
Mr. Jason Hall.
That's what my mom and dad say, too.
They say, thank goodness.
He said, if I'd had you first, I would have had no more kids.
It would have been over with.
That's right.
Well, listen, we also have the beautiful and the illustrious Miss Daphne Walker.
Good morning.
So we got we got a lot going on.
We do.
We have a lot going on. So Daphne, why don't you take it from the top and just come all the way down and let us know the things that are happening in our great community.
Okay. Friday, October the 7th, we have the Real Squeal downtown. We're going to have Tiger Creek Band and the Blues Factor Band.
Okay.
For our street dance, and they really do a good job. So get your dancing shoes on. The fireworks will go off at 8:45. We also have a cruise in, kids rides, the backyard barbecue contest is that night.
Wow.
The sauce contest is that night. And over at Parton Park we have a disc golf tournament.
Yeah.
And the steak cook-off.
We just got
so that's just Friday.
Disc golf. Okay.
Yeah. And then on Saturday, I want everybody to remember this. We have moved the car show this year. We outgrew our space, so that's a good thing. So we are moving down to the Baptist Church in Lyons. That is 114 South Washington Street.
Okay.
And the car show will be held there.
When you say the Baptist Church, there's more than one.
Lyons Baptist Church.
Okay.
I think she's referring to First Baptist.
First Baptist Church.
Right.
I get confused putting first on to the beginning of the
You've got Oaks Baptist Church.
We don't, but we do have
we got Oaks Baptist Church.
We got the Oaks Baptist Church.
Well, I did get the address, so that was the
we was giving you a hard time. First Baptist Church, everybody.
That's right. Right now we're sitting at 31 professional teams, but we are.
Oh wow!
We still have more rolling in here on the line. Some guys just haven't gotten signed up yet. We will have the Native American Artifact Show at the Callaway Center. So if you have any arrowheads or old pottery you'd like to have identified, you can take it there, and those experts can help you place the age on that.
Oh my!
We have an arts and crafts show. Quilt show that's going to be in the Dream Center or the Octagon building. We have the rolling video game trailer, which will be back, and this is free.
Oh wow!
You don't have to pay, so don't be scared to go in and grab a controller. Wow. And then from 11:30 to 2:30, we will have Will Mosley and Company. He's an up-and-coming star, as well as Kristen Powell. And that is Saturday, and gates open at 9. Well, there's not a gate, so you can walk in at 9, and we close up at 5.
Speaking of walking, I think it's interesting to note if by moving that car show, you're really expanding the footprint of the festival.
All right.
Because this is a great walking festival, and you could literally or physically park around First Baptist, do the car show, walk to the park, do the entire park. And if you had a child doing this, by the time you got done with that, they would be so tired they would take like a 4-hour afternoon nap. And it's free, so you don't even have to pay to go in.
That's right.
I think you just got all of
the parents.
Everybody's walking.
Can you tell us again?
Yeah, just do that trip.
Park downtown.
Yeah, it's a great walk. It's a great walk. Having the car show there really expands the footprint of the park. And you can. I think that's one of the greatest things about our downtown. It is so walkable.
Yeah,
you can literally go from downtown to Parton Park.
It is
in just a few blocks.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Now this is a jam-packed weekend, and I mean it looks fun.
Absolutely.
So Friday, when do things kick off again?
9 o'clock.
9 a.m.
9 a.m. until the band wants to stop.
Now, if you're down there eating barbecue at 9 a.m., now somebody's going to judge you, though.
Yeah,
just
probably.
be prepared.
Come out for lunch. Maybe not brunch. Yeah, come for lunch.
And then the fireworks.
Come back.
Everybody's always ready for the fireworks.
Oh, absolutely. We have an amazing fireworks show every year, so it's worth coming downtown and watching it.
Now, do you have to bring your own lawn chairs? And
Oh yeah, I don't have that many chairs for the public.
what about
yeah.
tents? Are they are people able to put up tents?
Not really. Friday, the streets are going to be packed with vendors. We actually had to stop vendor applications yesterday because we were just being overrun and running out of space. So bring your chair. It is a walking festival, so you cannot park, where it's going on. So keep that in mind. Saturday, everybody remember it's a walking festival. Since our car show has moved, I'm going to turn that into handicap space, but still, it's a walking festival. You can get you in the gates, but then that's as far as it goes.
Best parking is probably to come in off US 1, isn't it?
Yes,
down
onto the
US
green
1.
field.
Are you talking coming up US 1 from US 1 north or south?
Either way, as long as you're on that US 1 route, you'll get better parking than try to come in on the Thriftway side of the park,
Got it.
where there's not a lot of options for parking on that side. So if you're coming to the park, try to hit the US 1 side of the park.
Yeah, there's
on Saturday.
There's a green field out there that we use for parking, and there will be attendees out there helping to park cars.
Okay. Now, what's the name of the festival?
The Real Squeal
It is the Real
Barbecue
Squeal.
and Music Festival.
And is there going to be the competition for the Squeal call or whatever?
No, if you want to do that, I'm good with that. You want to host that?
I just remember that.
Can you give us an example?
I think
That was a couple of years ago. I do remember that.
Yeah.
I was standing in the middle of the park and I kept hearing it, and I'm like, somebody has let a pig loose in the park as a joke.
All right.
What about the sidewalk art? You didn't mention that.
Oh, you're correct.
Is that Friday?
That is. We have a sidewalk chalk art contest amongst the schools.
Oh, wow.
So they will be coming out actually on Thursday. So they will be coloring up our sidewalks Thursday from 8 to 5 whenever they can get out there. And then we are doing a ribbon cutting on our new park. You may have seen it downtown.
All right.
At the corner of Washington and 292 or Broad Street, Northwest Broad Street. So that will happen at 5 o'clock. So
5 o'clock.
everybody can go look at the chalk art and then come over to the park for our ribbon cutting, and Lottie's Pocket will be there giving away free ice cream.
Oh, wow.
That's
Free ice
Thursday.
That'll bring people out.
Yeah,
Free
that's
ice cream,
Thursday.
everybody. Free
For
ice
the
cream.
first 100.
Okay.
So be there first.
All right. The
We had to throw that disclaimer.
That's
in there.
right.
Some kid's going to walk up at 6 o'clock.
It's going to be 101 person.
Yes.
He's going to be the 101st person, and then he's like,
It's too late, man. It's too late.
But it really shows a partnership that the Real Squeal's building with other entities. I think this is a great partnership with the school.
Yeah.
Our tailgate was a huge success. What, about 4 or 5 weeks ago?
Yes,
in
that was
downtown.
incredible.
Main Street put that on, and I think that's just it just shows the community effort that's around in our community.
The school also got involved in decorating the lamppost downtown. We had a lamppost decoration contest, and I heard from one of our business owners that they had people stopping in, and they saw the lamppost, so they did a whole circuit around town.
wow.
Two that she personally spoke to.
When you
so
say
that
the
was great.
school, we're talking
Well,
about
the
like
organizations, yes, Toombs County school system. So I think the basketball cheerleaders have a poll.
Okay.
I can't remember the other group, unfortunately.
Of course they do. They do everything.
Hey, they rock.
Well, we've got the city manager with us, as if you could not tell.
I prefer to be called co-host, sir.
Okay, right. or host. He's coming for my job. Listen, I was coming into town and I saw construction signs.
Oh, are we going to talk about that?
I had
You're
to.
going to bring that up.
I'm on my way.
Everything is so positive today.
And I'm like,
and you bring that up.
I'm like, where are all these cones coming from?
I don't know. I think it's the real squirrel.
No, I didn't.
We're decorating for Halloween. They're orange, so it's a decoration for Halloween. Now
I got my little app, from the Lyons city.
Yeah. And you got to notice.
Yeah.
So that's the beginnings of the new roundabout, and I know they've put up some erosion control devices, which was a good thing with the hurricane coming in. So we should see some dirt being turned really quickly on that roundabout.
Now, is it going to be done before the real school?
Oh, no, absolutely not. More than likely, they probably won't touch that this week with everything going on.
Right.
and
Right.
they'll start hard and fast after everything's over.
Well, excellent. Well, we thank you all for coming in, and Daphne, we always thank you for everything that you do. How, if they want to know the lineup of the festivities for next weekend, how do they go to the Lyons city website, or where do
No,
they go?
you can have a website, therealsqueal.com.
Mm-hmm.
There's lots of tabs on there, but you can click on schedule and it will give you a rundown of all of the events and the times of them.
Excellent. TheRealSqueal.com. TheRealSqueal.com. And you can go there and you can see all of the festivities. And if you have any other questions, call the city and ask to speak with the city manager.
That's absolutely correct.
What's the Main Street office number? What's the Main Street office number? 912.
555.
No.
912-526-6445.
All right, 912-526-6445.
6445.
That is your information station right there. Call that number, they'll help you out.
This has been fun. Always a joy to have none other than the man himself, Jason Hall, in the studio with us as the co-host. And we thank you, Daphne, for all you do
Thank you.
for our community. Also, we want to thank Coach McGowan as well as Mr. Brewer for being in the studio. We're just excited about the good things that are happening in our Lyons community. We want to thank you, Ms. Dorothy Davis, for putting this on the air. If you want to go back and take a look at this, it is archived on our website, tcbbroadcasting.com. That's tcbbroadcasting.com. There you can see exactly what everybody looked like this morning.
Oh, joy.
See what Coach looked like. You can see the baby face, Mr.
The
Ryan
baby
Brewer.
face.
Yeah.
He does.
You can also, of course, see what our city manager looks like, and
This is
you
a
can see
stand-in
Daphne
for me.
Walker
Yeah.
with the white signature glasses.
Hopefully my bifocals will be coming in soon, and they'll be different glasses.
Thank you, Scott, for helping us this morning, and certainly everyone. Let us pray for all of those who are in the path of Hurricane Ian, and let everybody stay safe as the weather passes through. This has been Community Matters. I am your host, the Doc. Come back again on next week. We'll be meeting with the Chief Walker, and some of our other city officials as we talk about the Faith in Blue that will be coming up on October the 10th. So come back on next week and join in with us for another edition of Community Matters. Everyone have a blessed day. Good day.
You've been listening to Community Matters, a service of TCB Broadcasting. Today's show was brought to you by Todd Paget Housing Center in Claxton, Johnson & Johnson Transport in Uvalde, Vidalia Federal in Vidalia and Lyons, and by Appling Healthcare in Baxley. Tune in next week at 8:15 during Y101's live morning show for another special guest. We'll talk about what's happening right here in our home